Welcome everyone to a very important clash at the European Club Cup 2025. We have 10-year-old Bodhana Sivanandan just extending her arm to shake hands with Mariya Muzychuk, a former women's world champion. Bodhana has this seat which she places on the chair so that she can reach on the table. She's so little. She's born in 2015 and she already has a rating of 2205. She's playing for the team of She Plays to Win Lionesses, representing England there, while her opponent is playing for the Turkish Airlines team. Mariya Muzychuk has dropped a bit in rating recently, but was very close to 2550 or even better than that. And she has been the world champion before, and so a really strong player and a big learning experience here for Bodhana as she takes on the mighty opponent. Bodhana has the white pieces. You can see this is the first round of the tournament, so everyone's settling in, and it's 90 minutes plus 30 seconds increment, and after 40 moves you get another 30 minutes added to your clock. And the players shake hands and we are ready to rock and roll. Let's see what young Bodhana begins the game with. She starts off with pawn to e4. And Mariya responds back with the aggressive Sicilian. She wants to fight for the full point here. Pawn to c5. And Bodhana brings her knight out to f3. And you can see that she's wearing the jacket of E Therapeutics, a company which supports her. I believe it's founded by a chess player, Ali Mortazawi. Knight comes to d7, and now Bodhana has to decide. She is playing this kind of interesting line. It's called the Sicilian Moscow, castles, and white isn't playing d4 very quickly. Pawn to a6, a question is asked. Now you can go back to d3, you can even go back to e2, but Bodhana takes on d7, which is kind of a committal decision because you are giving up the bishop pair. But on the other hand, now you have a small lead in development, so you go d4 and you can see all of black's pieces are still underdeveloped. So pawn to d4, pawn takes pawn, and now taking with the queen makes a lot of sense. That's because there's no knight to come to c6 and hit it. So she takes, queen takes d4, and Mariya brings her knight out to f6. Well, there are many ways for Bodhana to continue here. She goes for bishop to g5, putting pressure on the knight on f6. And now pawn to e6. So there is this pressure on the diagonal. But black is like, I'll play bishop e7, I'll castle. Knight d2 played. But just, the point is you want to go to c4 and then attack on d6. That's the idea. And she plays bishop c6, putting pressure on e4, and knight comes to c4, trying to attack the d pawn. Maybe bishop takes e4 is not such a stupid line. After takes, and queen e4, there is d5, and black is fine. But she goes bishop e7, bishop takes f6 by Bodhana. She takes back with the g pawn. That was an aggressive move there, and I think a very good decision by Mariya. But now rook d1, putting pressure on the pawn on d6. The question is, how do you defend this? Do you go d5? But then I just play queen e3, and there's a lot of pressure here. So rightly goes b5 here. And if you take here, she wants to take, and take on e4 at the end, which is why knight comes back to e3 by Bodhana. A very good decision by the youngster. Rook comes to g8, taking the open file here. And let's see how white continues next. King h1 played. Yes, the king is out of this file, but comes under this diagonal. So definitely some pressure. Queen comes to c7. And rook e1 played. At this point, it seems like black is the one who has some possibilities with f5, ef and queen b7 attacking here. But Mariya takes a very bold decision to long castle. And I love Bodhana's next move, c4. She breaks this structure and tries to open lines towards the black king before white can, black can do it against the white king. b4 played to keep the position closed. And Bodhana says, I'm going to open it at all costs, a3. And this youngster is such a strong player. Queen b7 played by Mariya. She's going after this. And here, you have to be slightly careful. e4 pawn is under pressure. You don't want the bishop to be unleashed. So she calmly plays knight d2. There was also the possibility to sacrifice the knight here with knight d5. But knight d2 makes a lot of sense. And b3 played. She's keeping this position closed. Rook comes to c1. And now the idea is rook c3, take on b3. Pushes the pawn to f5. And what a move here. Unbelievable move here by Bodhana. Knight jumps into d5. Excellent chess by the youngster. Oh my god. Bishop comes to g5. The point is, if you take here, of course, cd5, and you are in trouble. So bishop g5 attacking here. She simply goes rook to c3. And at this point, there has been some glitch in the camera, which is why you can only see Mariya for the next moves. But Bodhana is right there. We can see her hand coming in between and making those amazing moves that she does. Queen comes back to d2. And now pawn takes e4, takes the pawn. And Bodhana has this very nice move, queen e3. Let's see if she finds it. Yes, she does. Maybe a check coming in. Such a powerful move. And Mariya goes bishop takes d5. Well, I guess she could have done something else, but then b3 was anyway hanging. So bishop d5. Pawn takes, giving a check. You can't go to b8 because of rook b3. So I have to go to d7. And she does play her king to d7. And let's see if Bodhana is able to finish this. Because generally, youngsters are able to attack well. But sometimes they lack the finishing stroke. Now queen f7 is checkmate simply. She goes king e8. She knows that the position is bad. d6 is possible, but Bodhana finds another good move. Queen takes e4. And the main problem is the king. The h7 pawn is hanging. The rooks are disconnected. She goes rook g6, hoping to consolidate. But look at that calmness with which Bodhana has made this move. Queen f3. Amazing. Attacking the b3 pawn. Black defends it. And now Bodhana goes rook c6, which is a nice move by her. For Mariya, now she tries to keep the position closed with e5. But the problem is that rook c1 is a very, very strong move. And the threat is rook c7 and queen f7. So rook c1 played. And Mariya Muzychuk goes king to d8. How to finish off the opponent here. Bodhana now has a very nice move. She finds it. Queen h3. The thing is, right now the queen and rook and king defend this, but the moment the queen moves away, this is coming in. Also the h7 pawn was hanging, so she defended with it with h6 and queen h4 check. Incredible chess. If king d7, you can simply move queen c4 here. She finds queen king she plays king d7, but will Bodhana find queen c4 is the question. Of course she does. Queen c4, threatening just check and winning the queen. Oh my god, the quality of chess shown by Bodhana is just amazing. Now rook c7 check. The f7 pawn is under pressure. So king goes to e8. Mariya knows that she's going to be checkmated here. Queen h4 is very powerful, and of course another beautiful move, threatening a checkmate here. Bodhana is totally winning f6, and now maybe the final stroke, queen h5 pinning here, is game over. She finds it, queen h5. The only piece that can defend it is the queen, so she plays it. But rook to g7. Wins the full rook. It's game over here. Mariya Muzychuk is losing that rook. There is no way that she can defend it. Little Bodhana has won the game. Handshake, they're beating a former women's world champion at the age of 10. What a star this youngster is, Bodhana from England. And she is proving that she is actually much stronger than 2200 rating that she has. Well, we don't know where she's headed. Are we seeing another Judith Polgar in the making? Well, maybe it's the first Bodhana Sivanandan in the making here. She's very powerful, and we will keep an eye on her throughout the event. After the game ended, she put back all her pieces and went to the studio for an interview. So do check out her interview, and maybe you'll get to understand how this little star thinks about her moves.
And we are back. It's my big pleasure to have Bodhana Sivanandan in the studio. Bodhana, congratulations.
Thank you.
So how was it?
Yeah, it was a great experience playing Mariya Muzychuk.
So yeah, playing is one thing, but winning?
Yeah, I'm happy to win, but hopefully I'll do even better in the future games.
So were you like happy to be also on the stage? It's like a special part, main hall, stars around you, Arjun, Ergaishi, some other stars, Kamer, Mamedyarov. How was it?
I don't really mind where I'm playing. I just kind of try and focus on my game.
Very good, very mature. So let's check the game. Any talk after the game? Have you discussed anything with your opponent?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
So let's just check how the game went. So e4, c5. You expected c5?
Well, yeah, she played this mainly, but I think I kind of expected this.
Okay. So this line d6, and you went for bishop b5.
Yeah.
This is something you prepared, or over the board plan?
Yeah, I've played this a few times before.
Okay. What you expected from her at this point, to react with bishop d7 or knight d7?
I expected her to play knight d7.
Okay. So knight d7. She also wants to play for a win. a6. Let me know when you were out of the book. So this is everything known. This knight b2 d2?
Yeah, I think I knew this idea as well.
Okay. So bishop c6 is something that surprised you already here.
I think that's actually the main line.
Okay.
And then, but here I knew it till here, and then after this I was a bit lost.
Okay, so after bishop e7 you were on your own.
Yeah.
So you took on f6. She needs to take with the pawn, and then rook d1.
Yeah.
Any plans? Anything you were thinking that she will stay with the king, or she will run to the queen side?
I expected her to stay in the center and try and play like rook g8, maybe f5 ideas. So.
Do you have experience in these positions with this structure, its rouser structure?
I
Have you
think
faced it before?
I must have faced it somewhere, but I don't know if it's this exact like move order or so.
Okay, so the game went b5, you played knight e3, rook g8, some normal moves,
Yeah.
king h1. Any doubts you had in this moment or something you were thinking?
Well, I played king h1, so after f5 I can just take on f5 instead of worrying about my knight on f3.
Okay, so this was the concept, to fight against f5. Okay, so she went queen c7, rook e1, castles. How about that move?
I wasn't expecting this. I thought the idea of queen c7 was to play like queen b7 and try and pressurize on that diagonal. So
Okay,
yeah, I was a
so
bit surprised.
queen b7, so she castle long. And usually you are the one who is spending a lot of time, but today it seems that you are like a little bit faster than usual. Is it the case?
I don't know. Sometimes I play quite quickly, sometimes I play really slowly, so I'm not sure what today was.
Okay, so you went for c4, b4. Here, expected or not expected this b4?
I thought I was expecting this to kind of try and block it up on the queen side.
So a3 immediately, queen b7. So this knight d5 was already somewhere
Yeah,
on the menu around here, or?
I considered knight d5 instead of a3, so. But then I thought.
So instead of a3, knight to d5.
And then like I calculated queen b7, knight takes e7, queen takes e7, and well, I was considering like queen b6 or rook c1 and queen b7.
Okay.
And here
Like
I was.
slightly better for white, but still.
I wasn't really sure what to do here, so.
Okay, so you went for this a3. It's also logical to open the battlefield on the queen side, queen b7, and then b3. How about this move?
I did consider this move in like in different variations to try and block it up, but I thought even if I were to trade all the pieces off the b3 pawn is going to be quite weak, so I wasn't really sure about this move.
Okay, so rook c1, f5, trying to target you here, and then you came up with this knight d5, a great blow. Bishop g5. Of course, if she takes on d5, it's obviously lost. C or even e, everything works. So you went for bishop g5. Around here, were you excited a bit that you might win a game?
Well, even here I thought I still have to kind of work it out to like break open the queen side, because I guess she could potentially start something with the diagonal, the a8h1 diagonal and the rook on g8 on the g2 square, so I wasn't like really sure about anything here.
So rook c3 was played, exchanges, takes on e4, queen e3, a nice move. Here you were not spending a lot of time, you were quite fast. And then here you burned a lot of time. We were thinking about rook b3 as a possibility, taking on e6, queen h6 stuff, but then you play this queen f4. Have you considered anything differently in this position?
I considered taking on e6. I considered playing rook takes b3, and I also considered bringing the queen to the h file with like queen h3.
So how come queen f4? How far you went with queen f4?
Well, with queen f4, I just analysed some possibilities like king e8 or rook f8 or rook g7. And then here again, I kind of stopped a little bit. So here I considered playing
taking on e6.
Taking on e6 or.
Yeah, it's winning in many lines. So then you, after queen f4, king e8, queen e4 is also, of course, a normal move. You took on e4, rook g6, but now you are getting a little bit low on time.
Yeah.
Queen e3, rook b8, rook c6, e5. Anything here that made you
Uh,
worried?
I wasn't really. I can't say I was really worried here because I felt like if anyone was trying, it was kind of going to be me. So I thought even in an endgame without the queens on, I was probably going to be a bit better. But obviously, I would like to keep the queens on if possible.
Yeah, king d8, queen h3, and now it's getting like close to over because this queen h3 was actually the move, and I think now you're just easy winning. S6 came out of desperation, queen h4, nice touch, king d7, queen c4. That was really nice, this queen transfer. And queen b5, and you made it look so simple, and the rook was lost. I don't know, it looks like almost a perfect game. I think Mariya could have played better, but from your side, I think you can be very satisfied.
Yeah.
What would you say, which kind of level is this game? If we turn on chess.com, what do you expect that it will show, the level of play?
I have no idea what will show.
Okay, so Bodhana, what do you expect more? So you are, this is your second GM
Yeah.
against whom you won the game, but it's not a world champion. Mariya was a world champion, so I believe that this is, I think, a strong motive for you to move on. That you can, you see that you can play with the best women players.
Yeah, I think this will inspire me to like keep doing better and trying harder to win more games against other people.
Okay, in general, do you like everything here? We went together to this opening ceremony. How did you find this opening ceremony?
Yeah, I enjoyed the opening ceremony, and I've been around that area before because I have been to Greece before as well. So yeah, but it was nice going back there to see it again. So yeah.
Have you seen your father after the game?
Yeah, I did.
He's very happy, I believe.
Yeah, he's. I think he's happy, but also he wants me to keep going and keep doing my best.
Very good. Thanks, Bodhana, for coming. Good luck with your next round. Keep that focus, that determination, and we are so happy to have you, to see that being so young, that you're playing superbly already. So good luck.
Thank you.